everyone, welcome to my channel JK the Dream Chapter. Today's video is our very first episode of Language Series. Language Series is a playlist consisting of videos on different languages. And we are doing our very first series on Mandarin. I'm so excited to do this, and here with me I have Alina Chang, my classmate, also our instructor for this course. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Alina Chang. I'm excited to be your instructor for this series. I am American-born Chinese and I grew up speaking both English and Mandarin, so I can't wait to teach you all Mandarin.
Yay. Thank you so much, Alina. I'm so glad you're doing this with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay. Before we get started, I just want to give you some information about what this series is. So it's basically designed to build a foundation to get started with learning a new language. And they will be around 10 episodes and around 15 minutes long. And further, we will also give you some resources where you can further your learning so you can self-study later on. And why this series? I know there are a lot of other websites and YouTube videos that you can learn a language, but then this series will only focus on giving you some background information and a little bit push so you can learn it yourself with other resources. So let's get started. In this video, we will learn a little about what this language is and some tones, alphabets, or like sentence structure. And to drive our conversation, I have some questions here that I want to ask Alina. So, Alina, where is Mandarin spoken?
Yeah, so Mandarin is spoken mainly in China and Taiwan because that is the official language there. And Mandarin is also spoken in other countries in Asia like Singapore or Malaysia, but it's not really the official language. It's a language that some people speak, but China and Taiwan are mainly the countries that have Mandarin as their official like standard.
Okay. And then should we say Chinese or Mandarin? Like, what is the difference between those?
So Chinese is kind of like umbrella term. So the word Chinese actually includes a bunch of different languages, including the dialects. So Mandarin is like kind of the standard, like typical like language that most people speak. And so when I say what language I speak, I usually say, oh, I speak Chinese and I speak Mandarin. Like they're the same thing. So I think you could use it interchangeably, but typically Mandarin is like the standard language.
So a good way to refer to this language is Mandarin.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the difference between simplified and traditional? Because on Google Translate, when I say translate the sentence to Chinese, it gives me two options saying simplified versus simplified or traditional.
Yeah, so if you kind of look at the picture right here, it shows you that simplified characters right here, they have less strokes than the traditional ones. And simplified, these ones are usually used in mainland China, like Singapore and Malaysia, whereas traditional is usually used in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. So traditional characters are more complex and it has more strokes. So typically when people first learn Chinese, they usually first learn the simplified because it's like easier. And then once they learn the simplified, it'll be easier to learn the traditional.
Okay. This is the image I got from Google Translate.
So before we get into some sentence structures and some basic sentences, we'll learn about the four tones in Mandarin and some introduction to read the alphabets, which are called pinyin. And they kind of look like English alphabets, but they're in the sound that's in Chinese. So to start off, we'll start with learning the tones. So for tones, we're going to be using a website called Thought.co and also Chinese Pod. These two websites, you can explore like the different sounds of the tones and practice with this. So we'll first start off with Thought.co. Okay, so as you can see here, we're going to be learning from the word ma. So for the first tone, we'll take a listen to it. Ma.
Ma.
Ma. So for this one, it's like the first tone is like usually just like, you know, smooth. Um, and for this one, it actually just means like mom. Um, so now let's take a look at the second tone.
妈
Ma.
妈
Yeah. This one means to be hemmed or to be kind of like numb. Um, Typically, when I learn these tones, I kind of imagine myself like, going with the lines, or you can like do it with your hands with the different tones.
yeah.
So, yeah, let's take a look at the third one.
嗯
妈
妈
So, the third one is, I usually get confused between the second and the third one, but the third one has a little bit more stress. So, as you can see here, the third one actually has a like check mark. So when I say it, I kind of imagine myself like doing the check mark, like ma, like
妈
yeah.
OK
So and then like for the second tone, it's just like ma, like yeah. So yeah, the third one has a little bit more stress, and with that, it means horse. So
嗯
different tones have different meanings, and yeah, that's whole lesson. But so let's take a look at the
爸
fourth
骂
ma.
scold
The fourth one is easy because it sounds like you're like yelling. So, and just like it here, it says scold. Basically, you just scold someone. Like when you see the downward sign, just like imagine you're like yelling, like ma.
骂
Okay. So
a
this is
lot
just
of
one
ways.
example.
嗯
Here's the other website that I mentioned, ChinesePod.com. Here are some of the other words that you could practice with yeah, like the first tone with different words, second tone, third tone, fourth tone. There's also something called neutral tone, but it's only for specific words. So yeah, this is a good website to kind of just yeah, explore the different tones, try to get used to it, and it'll help you when you start learning like the basic sentence structure, which we are about to get into.
yeah
Okay, also, so for alphabets, we will learn this more later, but right here, these are like the Roman alphabets that we learn in English, but but in Chinese, we also use these called like pinyin to sort of learn how to say some of the Chinese words. So we'll get more into it later, but like for now, we'll just do like a brief overview. Okay, cool. So now that we know how to read and pronounce tones, we will learn to read some introductory phrases and understand what they mean.
before we get started I have a question so
Yeah.
um we saw the difference between simplified and traditional version of Chinese, right? And why do we is there a version for these English letters as well? Like what do these English letters have to do with any version? Is there anything to do with them?
So actually, you could use pinyin for like any, like for both simplified and traditional. So this these letters here, they're actually like mainly used for like simplified. Actually, traditional, they have another set of alphabets. Um, but typically people like most people don't really use like those alphabets, but most people use like pinyin or just kind of like using like the English alphabets to kind of like spell it out.
Mhm.
So I think for people who are starting off, using these type of pinyin is a good way to start out to learn.
So
Like,
it's basically easy for foreigners.
yeah.
Foreigners. Yeah. Okay. Okay,
Mhm.
walk us through.
All right. So the first sentence, we're gonna learn how to introduce ourselves. So hello is ni hao.
你好，
And
你
then when you say I am, or you can my I am is 我是,
我是
or you could say 我的名字是.
我的名字是
Yeah, that means my name is. you can do yeah, so you can do either 我是 or 我的名字是 just like I am or my name is.
So, like, woe is referring to like
我
I.
is like yeah, I.
Okay.
Uh,
Or to me, to myself, right?
yeah.
Okay. And then you say your name.
And then the second phrase, how are you? It's 你好吗?
你好吗?
Yeah, very good. And to respond, you could say I am good. So 我很好.
我很好.
Okay.
好. Mm.
Yeah, good. And if you want someone to repeat it, you could say 可以
可以，
请你
请你
再说
再说
一次吗？
一次吗？可以，请可以，请你再说一次吗？
Oh,
的
so
一
CI is like 次, like
是
so so like with things like CI or QI, there's a different like sound to it. So if you say like CI, it's like 次, and yeah,
的
I can explain. So the first two like 可以 is like 可以, and then 请你 is like could you please? 再说 is like say it again. 再说一次 is like say it again.
嘛。So the straight line is the second tone, right?
Oh, the straight line is the first tone.
Oh,
So the
okay,
first tone you gotta like it sounds very calm. Like 说 like more soft.
okay.
Um and if
Okay.
you notice there's a lot of third tone, so just make sure
Mm,
like you gotta have more stress on those.
okay,
We do the next one?
okay.
Okay.
我喜欢我我的宠物。
Good. That's pretty good. So um so yeah, like I said with the tone, it's okay if you don't get it for now, but third tone is like 我喜欢 is like first tone, so it's like softer. So it's like 欢, and then 花 like first tone. I mean fourth tone. So 我 is third tone, so you have to like kind of stress on it. Um, and it means like me. So 喜欢 is like or love.
嗯，
画 is like draw. So I like to draw. Um, 我的 is like my, and then 宠物 is pet.
宠物。
So yeah, any questions?
Like, do they basically like is the sentence structure basically the same as English? Because like what is like I love draw my pets.
It depends. Not all the time, but in this case, yes. Uh,
Okay,
it varies.
yeah, we can go to the next one.
Okay. Do you want to give it a shot?
Okay. 我 Sai. So is the Zai part has the third tone, the fourth tone?
So you gotta like as if you're
Sai.
yelling, like 在
Zai 花一是
个
个现在地方。
good. So 我在 is I am, and then 画 is like draw or like paint.
Hint. Okay.
一个
一
is
个
like one, means one. 新 is like new, and then 地方 is location. So 我在画一个新的地方。
Let me say that. 我在画一个新的地方。
Good, very good, good job. Um,
Is
so
that not that bad, I guess? I don't know. Could work more.
okay, well, this is it for this video. So in today's lesson, we learned some background information, tones, and some basic introductory phrases. So this is the end of the first course, of the first video. So yeah, Rashida.
First video of the first course.
Yeah, first video of the first course.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So I think we did like a good amount of learning today because we now know how to properly read English version Mandarin, the pinyin, right?
Pinyin, yeah.
Pinyin. So, and then don't forget to post your questions. If you have any questions, we're happy to answer them and also give your feedback and suggestions, and please keep them appropriate. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It is supported, and then stay updated with the language series and also upcoming amazing series, I believe. I plan to make them amazing. So, yes. Thank you so much for tuning in till the end. I'll see you all. Bye.
Bye. On to some basic in
Introduction.
introductory phrases.
Oh my god.
Oh, did you stop the recording?
No, I'm not able. Should I post bloopers as well? Oh wait, I didn't show the thank you part. Okay. Bye.
Bye. See you guys next time.
See you. Oops.